Hey guys, so in this video I'm going to show you guys how to clear floor 3 of the limited time illusory tower. This team works fine, but there is RNG. You don't need any awakenings on Gojo. A0 Gojo is completely fine as long as your domain Megumi can get 1 or 2 debuffs off onto the boss during his domain. Because the boss has this really annoying evade skill, but sometimes it's not going to be active. So if domain Megumi can get 1 or 2 debuffs on the boss, then this team can clear really easily, even with Gojo at A0. And then even if you don't have domain Megumi, if you have SSR Momo or SR Nanami here, with some really good RNG, you can still clear this with A0 HP Gojo. You don't need any awakenings on him. And you can clear it eventually. If you try enough times, this is going to be enough damage even without any awakenings. But because those runs are very RNG heavy, and I'm sure you guys can just figure out how to play them on your own since it's not very complicated, I'm going to show you guys a different team that stalls it out instead. So first I'm going to showcase it with green Gojo. I'm just going to bring this on him to get his ult off faster. And then for those of you who don't have HP Gojo, I'm going to show you guys how to do it with blue Gojo as well. We'll use this turn 1 to get some curse energy back. Curses and bubbles can substitute for this recollection, or the imaginary youth one from Junpei's banner. Okay. Just punch this one. Okay, now we will defense buff himself, and then we'll debuff the boss. Might as well use this. Actually, we don't need to use this defense buff. Yeah. We don't need to use mutual trust either because I forgot that we put we're gonna put 3 Hanami debuffs on them anyways. Okay, now we're gonna combo ult with everybody. This will clear out the side minions, and then also do pretty good damage to the boss. Even if your Gojo is A0, he's gonna clear out the side minions no matter what, so don't worry about that. Especially when combined with Mahito's ult here. And then it's very standard still. Pretty simple and easy to pull off. We'll activate Unity here. And one more skill 3. Activate the recollection to get some curse energy back. Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna ult. It doesn't really matter. And as I'm sure you can imagine, the blue Gojo version is just the same thing, but with blue Gojo instead. Just keep debuffing. Now we can activate Unity since Mahito can get ult gauge again. Oh, I missed the turn of ult gauge boost because I used skill 1, but should be okay. Let's just use this. We'll use Mutual Trust. Just because we're missing 1 stack of the damage dealt debuff from Hanami. We'll start debuffing again on Hanami. Heal herself. I guess you might as well combo ult. And then we will just use skill 2 here. I'll probably just take one more Mahito ult. I just wanted to see how much damage that would do, and it did nothing, so yeah, okay. Let's ult to cancel Mahito's domain. He can get ult gauge again, so let's activate Unity. this. It looks like we'll do one more ult after this. Actually, let's see how much HP he has. Yeah, one more ult. Keep everybody topped up. There isn't much to say. It's a very boring stall comp. But if you don't have the necessary tools to burst it, then, I mean, you have to do what you got. You gotta do what you gotta do, right? I'm gonna use that just so that it procs before I use my Hito skill too. Then I'll heal him. Let's heal herself. We won't use that yet. We'll use it next turn. And then this will clear. Took around 30 turns. So yeah, if you have HP Gojo and you have Domain Megumi, you can burst it really easily. Even if you don't have Domain Megumi, you can still burst it by just using a standard buff comp. I'm actually going to showcase that instead of doing the blue Gojo stall, because I mean the stall is the same thing no matter what, right? Your rotation doesn't change much. The only thing about blue Gojo is that he doesn't leave when he ults, so you might need to survive a few more turns before Shoko comes in. I'm just going to showcase this team instead. Okay, I'll first show the one with Momo, and then I'll show the one with Domain Megumi. And then we'll just hit normally. We won't taunt until turn 2 on Toge. Okay, now we'll taunt. Start buffing now. We're gonna ult here on Momo. Just to delay the boss's ult one more turn. Buff. Debuff the boss here. It sucks we're missing a buff from Yaga, but it should be okay. Now the boss has 6.9 million HP. And then this hits for around 10 million damage, and I don't think that crit. So yeah, even A0 HP Gojo with the right buff setup and good RNG, if you get full buffs and full debuffs, you should be able to clear it even with this team. I have a friend with A0 HP Gojo who literally cleared it using this exact team. Of course he had to reset for better RNG, but it does work. So you don't need A5 at all. You don't even need A1, and I hope that's clear to you guys, because a lot of people have been asking, you know, whether a lot of these comps can be run with lower awakenings, and they definitely can. So this time I'm going to show you guys the clear with Domain Megumi instead. Domain Megumi isn't even necessarily better than using SR Nanami or SSR Momo, because the boss dodges his debuffs like 70% of the runs that you do. So, but if you do have them, it does make it so that the damage requirement is lower, given that you get the right RNG. Oh, let me speed this up. Okay, that's good RNG there, because we don't need curse energy on him anyways. Now we taunt on Toge. Since he's gonna die this turn anyway. Actually, no, we'll just do this. Okay, now we'll start buffing on Yaga. And then we'll ult with the Domain Megumi here, debuff with Gakuganji. He put evasion on himself, which is really annoying. So we'll have to debuff one of these little ones instead. We'll ult this one, and then skill 1 this one. Debuff the boss. We're only ulting this one because the boss can't get targeted anyways. Okay, so we're able to put one debuff on the boss, and that should be enough. one of Domain Megumi's debuffs, of course. 7 million HP. $11 million damage. So, and I don't think that crit either. So if you have A0, you definitely still can clear using this. You just need at least one Domain Megumi debuff on the boss. You probably won't get more than one off, and if you get 0 off, you won't have enough damage with lower awakenings. So yeah, reset until you do, and yeah, that should be good. So just, I'll recap the comps for you guys real quick. A0 HP Gojo can clear with this comp. You need to get at least one Domain Megumi skill 1 debuff off during his domain. A0 HP Gojo can also clear with this team instead. You just need good RNG, good targeting RNG. You gotta make sure that your buffers don't get drained. If they do, you have to reset. There is a lot of RNG with A0 HP Gojo, because you don't do enough damage if your buffs and debuffs didn't get applied properly. And then of course there's also the stall comp, which works very well and is very consistent. So even if you have HP Gojo, if you would rather get the consistent easy clear, even though it's really boring, this comp works the best. And of course, Blue Gojo works instead of this as well, and I'm sure there's a way that you can make Teen Gojo work too. I'm just not going to bother making any more stall comps. So yeah, I hope that was helpful. Bye guys.